Hello everybody, it's Christine. Today's layout is based on a sketch and I'm going to show that to you in just a moment. I did find it on Instagram. It's from SCT Magazine and Page Maps. I actually think it was some type of an entry. I don't remember now what the deal was, but because I didn't do the entry, it's really just I like the sketch. I'm walking you through it here. Honestly, I intended to speak to this while we were recording. And I did that, and it was a 40-minute video, which isn't that long for making videos, but to record and upload just was not going to work. So I've gone in and I showed you the paper collection. It's actually the Hip Kit January 2022 collection Kaleidoscope. It is an exclusive, and I just love these papers. In the sketch, it showed like basically a white background. I've actually got this hexagon with diamonds and that sort of thing. And then, of course, the vertical pattern paper. And then in the sketch, it had this horizontal kind of a darker color. And the Hip Kit came with these cool fringe stripe things. So I decided I wanted to use those as the horizontal element. Now, the reason you're seeing my hands flying around there is because, again, I recorded this while I was talking to you and it just went too long. So I'm going to apologize. You'll see my hands because I'm a hand talker. Anyway, that's what happened. I'll tell you more about it hopefully at some point. But anyway, the photos, what I'm showing you here is the photo on the left. I get my hair done because I'm so gray. I go get it colored every 3 weeks or whatever at the Madison Reed place. It's great. And I get a little blowout every time I do it. But when I'm going, I don't usually have makeup on because I'm just leaving the house and going up there and getting it done. I'm not going anywhere else, so I don't mess with makeup. So there's no makeup on my left side. But then on my right side, I decided I'm going to start wearing makeup. And I had sent, these were both selfies I sent my daughter, by the way, just to show her how I looked or whatever. And anyway, I had put makeup on. But as you can see, my hair is just literally pulled back in a ponytail. It is not attractive. So I got a kick out of myself, and I thought, I'm going to do a layout that says hair or makeup, not both. And you'll see in a little bit, I'm going to do the title and all that. And I got a kick out of it. So what I was also showing you there is so much embellishments in these Hip Kit Club kits that come. I know that I got the, what is it called? The Project Life kit. I don't think they call it that. It's basically the little journaling cards and things like that. And then it comes with a little bit of stickers and things that you could put in your, and I guess they're puffy stickers if I'm honest, that go in your kit. And I've got all those, and then of course I have the main kit. I did buy the little dies this month too because I needed some circle dies and I like those. So what I was showing you there is I'm going to use those little journaling cards to back the two photos. And initially I thought to use that Stay True journaling card, but you'll notice here I've actually changed it to it's going to be my year. And I was kind of explaining in the video that it's because it's my birthday, my big 50 birthday year. So I've already cut over here to show you. I doodled around the outside of the paper. I've adhered down the vertical and the horizontal elements. I did use washi tape on the side of the vertical stripe or the vertical element. It just looked too plain, so I had some Simply Gilded, so I added that to the sides of it. I did put the two photos up on foam. Initially, I wasn't going to do the journaling card, but you'll see in a minute. I actually go ahead and, at least I think you'll see it, but I go ahead and put foam behind actually all three pieces. I just thought it looked neat. And especially the issue is the little fringe. I'll curl that, and it gives it texture, and it just needed to have a little bit of height with those three pieces for it to look right. So here's where I'm kind of talking about the title and what am I going to put down. I still got to go through. There's so much to look at, and sometimes it's really hard when you have a lot to choose from to actually choose. It's almost easier sometimes when you're down at the bottom of your kit and you don't have as much to work with to go ahead and get your layout done because there's just not as much to choose from. It's like paralysis by analysis. That's what it is. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to glue my pictures down. I still haven't actually glued those two journaling cards together. Of course, I messed my little gun up as usual. The hard part about doing these voiceovers is I feel like I'm moving so fast on the, when I've sped it up that I want to say things. Then I go, oh crap, I got to tell them what I'm doing. So sorry if I seem to be a bit rambly here. I did go ahead and hear that other, the word journaling card. It's not the title technically, but put that on top of the other one. Okay, y'all, that little pen there, it's a Nuvo pen, or it's not pen, it's like glitter sparkly stuff inside there. And I was telling you that I'm going to probably color those letters. And at the end, I cut it out, but y'all, I spilled that crap everywhere. I couldn't figure out how to get the lid off. I guess it's been a while since I used it. and I was struggling to get the lid off, and I unscrewed it, and y'all, I spilled that glitter juice everywhere. I was kind of upset with myself. Luckily, I didn't get it on the layout, but I definitely got it all over my desk and all over my hands. I think I even maybe show you in the video here. My hands are all glittery. For right now, what I'm doing, I'm taking my little pinchers and I'm curling up the ends of those fringe. And I think that looks kind of neat. I really like this fringe. I don't have any fringe scissors. You know, I know that, you know, they have those, and I've just never, I hate to use the word invested. It's not like they're terribly expensive, but I just never bought any. And so I don't do fringe very often. So I think these are just the neatest things. And I have a couple more, so I'll figure out a way to use those. I saw somebody, I'm probably going to go vertical the next time. Of course, I use these horizontal. So I did see somebody, I thought it was a really pretty layout. If I end up scrap lifting it, of course, I'll note it on the Instagram, and I always try to share it when I do it here too at the beginning. So I might do that. We'll see. But for the moment, I'm curling these up. Now, I've also mentioned, or I don't really know when I say this in here, and it doesn't really matter when I say it, but I kind of decide I'm going to tuck stuff in between those layers of the fringe stuff, because I go, that kind of creates these natural little hidey holes. I don't know. It's not really a hidey hole, but it's kind of a hidey hole. So I'm thinking I could put some stuff in there. That's when I decide here that I can't put that journaling card flat. That's going to look weird. So I did cut off a piece of, another piece of the fun foam, or that, you know, adhesive backed foam. Y'all, that is the weirdest color foam too. It's kind of this weird olive color. And I say that, and I guess it would be pretty on like a nature layout or something if you were using it for some other kind of thing, but it just kind of looked kind of pukey green to me. It was kind of weird, but it's okay. It's on the back side. Nobody can see it. And of course, I have trouble with this darn gun, getting the tape onto the foam. I don't know. There's a technique that I just don't know, I guess. I don't know. All right, so now I've got my 3 pictures glued down. I do want to get my title down. So, and again, I think I told you guys I'm going to do hair or makeup. I started to stick it on the paper, and I went, oh, don't do that. You can't ever see where it's going to get stuck, not do right. So I pulled out my wax paper. I love this font. This is the cutest font. I don't know why, except I just think it's just pretty. I love the A, if I'm honest. I think that little A is so pretty. And I just, it just really attracts me. I can't wait to use more of it. And there's plenty of letters too. That's the other thing I really love about these letter sheets. I really can't stand it when you get sticker letters or whatever, and there's like only 5 E's. And everybody knows you're going to need more than 5 E's. So why? Why do that to us? We need like 10 E's. E is the most common vowel in the alphabet that we use in our language. So why is there not enough of them? So these ones here, there are so many, and I just love it. I'll probably still end up using all the E's, but you know, it's okay. So again, I'm spelling out hair and makeup. I don't think I do it here. I end up putting a dot between make and up just to make it almost like a little dash or whatever. I don't guess you have to, but I thought it ended looking kind of cute. I don't think I do it here though. Maybe, I'm not even sure if it's in the pictures. If you happen to check out Instagram, maybe, I don't know. Ultimately, that's what I did. Now I'm going to put or is going to be the black and white, like kaleidoscopy letters. Now I think I'll cut over in a second because I do have to kind of move these around. Now here's where I was struggling too, because I said I want hair or makeup, not both. So I had this hair or makeup. I'm like, okay, what do I want to do for not both? Because I couldn't use I shouldn't say couldn't. I didn't really wish to use the black and white because I'm like, okay, I like the or being kind of by itself, and I like the hair and makeup the way they are. So I went over and I got my other little font that I've been using, also from a Hip Kit. I think it was from I'm trying to remember now if it was the December kit or if I grabbed that out of the June embellishment one I bought. I'm sorry, I don't remember. And I think it's actually Pink Fresh letters anyway. Yeah, it is. It's Pink Fresh. But I just love this scripty font. I just love all 3 of these. And so anyway, I put not both. Now, honestly, I think the reason I really love this font are these T's. They're just interesting. They're big and they just take up all this neat. It's just, they're just interesting. So, of course, I sit here and struggle with this thing. So I'm about to cut it over because I don't think you need to see me stick letters on a piece of wax paper. But anyway, I ended up spelling not both here. And there we go. Now you can see I've got it down. So I got hair or makeup, not both. And I think that's so cute. Now, what I've also done is I've laid out all this ephemera. So all this ephemera came in the kit. And I was kind of working my way through using it. And I'm showing you here, I've tucked stuff in between those layers of those fringe. I started to try to stick other like bigger pieces of ephemera in there. And again, I'm so sorry my hands are all over the place, but I'm talking to y'all. And again, I'm a hand talker, so hopefully don't make you dizzy. I hope not. But anyway, so I've kind of gathered, I decided to put my clusters, you see right there, I got one right next to the hair makeup. And I did this ball, it looks like a little disco ball, because I wanted to take up a little bit of that space in there, nestled in there between, the hair and knot. And then I've got this little butterfly, and I have another little butterfly there. One's a puffy sticker, one's a piece of cardstock ephemera. But I do still go ahead and put the foam up underneath. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry. There's always a little shadow on top of the bottom of the little video that you're making. So I think, I'm putting foam underneath that butterfly there. So what I typically do when I'm doing my embellishing or whatever is I'll kind of lay everything out in the general area I want it, and then I'll work like cluster to cluster, like typically, until I get to the end where I'm starting to put the little, that's when I start with like the bigger things. I'll usually get those pieces down, and then I'll do like the little tiny like sprinkle bits or whatever, which I was referring to those when I was showing y'all the puffy stickers again. I'm going to probably end up using, what I was saying is I was going to probably end up using something out of those circles. I actually end up not using the circles. I end up using the little star looking things. So I put my butterflies there, and I'm kind of telling you, I think I'm going to put something up here. I really kind of don't. I just kind of build out that one main cluster there. I do put this little chipboard thing there, and I glue that down with that flower. It's funny how much I'll stick it down, and then I'll pick it up and stick it down, pick it up. I do use a little Nuvo glue just because it's sticky, but it's not going to stay. It's one of those things. It's just sticky enough to kind of put it where you want it to kind of see, but it's not really sticky enough to stay forever. And then I got that little flower there. And I still hadn't figured out exactly at this point what I'm going to stick on those other two layers, because I just knew that couldn't stick ephemera there. It didn't look right. Now that I got Mr. Sun there, and I'm putting foam behind him, I really liked him. I think he looks neat up on top of my little cluster up there. I thought about doing mixed media because the sketch did show a little mixed media. I'm using the right word here. For some reason, I keep saying multimedia, and that's not right because that's like TVs and stereos, right? Mixed media. I ended up not doing that. I kind of thought about it, but because I had so much going on with the ephemera, I decided against it. But you'll see here, okay, what's so funny, I pull that off, that little yellow strip there, and set it aside, and I accidentally flip it over where now the white side is showing. And to be completely honest with you, I forget about that for the next little bit. And then I realize after I've stuck all the things down, oops, I missed that. I got to put it back on there. That smile sticker, the texture of it's really interesting. It almost feels like fabric. I know it's not, but it feels a little bit like it. I really like it. It's neat. And all the stickers on that sticker sheet feel like that. They're kind of that strange little fabric-y type deal. Okay, so I'm going to glue down my, what is that? Oh, it's a butterfly. No, it's a heart and a butterfly. So the heart is a chipboard. The butterfly is ephemera. All right, so I'm looking at that. I'm thinking, okay, this is looking really pretty. And I don't know why I keep having to touch it. I just touch, touch, touch. Everything's touch, touch. Oh, and then over there, since the layout is kind of also about, this thing to me speaks to me in a couple different ways. Like it's sassy, in some ways because it's, hair and makeup, not both. But it's also like kind of about self-love in the sense because I am getting my hair done. I am putting my makeup on. Like it's taking care of myself. So that's what that little phrase on my picture there with my makeup is. And then also, of course, like I mentioned earlier, the little journaling card is kind of referencing like this is my year. It's like my birthday year or whatever. So this whole thing is just kind of got a multitude of meanings to me in a way. Now here's where I've decided I'm not going to use the dots. I'm going to use these little like star things. And I'm going to start tucking in. I tuck a couple there. I'll tuck a couple in the bottom lower in a second. There was plenty of them, so I was really happy. And I did use all of them on this page. I get to the end in a minute, you'll see, and I'm kind of like, okay, I've got two left. I got a little tiny one, and I got another orange one, and I ended up finding a spot for those, which I was pretty pleased with, because I hate having like one. I didn't want to have one left, because what are you going to do with one? So I had a little booger on the paper there. I guess when I was doing the title, I must have stabbed the paper with my very sharp tweezers and had put a little booger there. So the little star covered that up, which was nice. All right, so now I'm kind of looking, okay, what have I got going on here? I got to find some more spaces. And then you'll see right here, I tucked in another one right in there. And again, I'm just kind of creating these sprinkle bits, giving it a little bit of interest amongst all I'm so sorry. I'm a little distracted because my cat is literally running around in circles and in the rooms and acting like a crazy person. She's just having a good time, I guess. This morning, my husband goes out. We have our elliptical machine on our porch. And she was laying in the bed with me, and he went out there to his elliptical machine. Well, there was a couple of birds. It actually snowed and ice and all that stuff yesterday here in Texas. And these birds must have kind of nestled themselves up on like our little ceiling fan that's in there. And he said one of them's butt was hanging out where it would poop on him. So he was trying to just move the fan blade a little bit, and they went ballistic. And I knew Saturn was getting up for some reason. And it comes up, I had to do them birds. He said them birds went crazy. And he was like ducking and stuff. He's like, I wasn't trying to bother him, but I just didn't want him pooping on me. That was so funny. Anyway, okay, so I find my last little star here. I'm going to stick it over there on the makeup picture. And this is where I go, oh my God, I forgot to do that little phrase. I got to put that down there. And the main reason I was doing that, if I'm honest, is if you look at those two hands that create that little love sign or whatever, there's this weird little, to me, it's a weird little opening between the two hands. And the way I had used it, it left that open space, and I don't like it. So I want to cover it. I'm sad because I do cover the tattoo that's on the wrist, and it's just like my daughter has a tattoo, so I'm a little sad, but it's okay. I couldn't leave that little dead space. I knew I had pulled that thing out for some reason, so I ended up putting a little foam tape on one side and sticking it on the other side, and that goes in there. All right, so this is where I decide I'm going to get my little Nuvo shiny pen here, or not. It's not a pen. It's like a little brush thing in there. So you'll see me trying to open it. I'm shaking it up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm actually a little bit off camera, and I have spilt that thing everywhere. Now I've cleaned it all up and everything. Now I'm back onto the layout. But honestly, y'all, I almost tried to figure out a way to leave in that gasp of shock of, oh my gosh, that I've just made this huge mess in this video. Because have y'all ever done that? You know, you open your little bottle of something, or you pull out something and you go to use it, it goes everywhere. I was so grateful I didn't get that stuff all over my layout. It was sad. But anyway, so I'm just using it I'm not being too precious with it. I'm not being exact with the letters, but I'm just coloring like on top of these letters. And if I'm honest with you, I don't show you in the video, but after I turned off the camera, and I think I might have even took pictures. I'm not sure. See, I'm showing my hands where the glitter all is. I actually go in, and on the vertical pattern paper where the flowers are, I color those main flowers in with glitter as well, just because glitter's extra. Well, here's the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully you were inspired, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Talk soon. Bye-bye.